Go.
Are we rolling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, YouTube, I have a Retrolink classic controller. It's a joystick, and it's got a USB on it for my computer so I can play Pac-Man. The problem with it is I purchased it off eBay for about 15 bucks, and I started playing Pac-Man, and I made it through about 2 or 3 levels, and then it broke. And when it broke, it started making a clicking noise like this. You can go from left to right and it's fine, and you can go up and it's fine, but when you go down, see how it's making a clicking noise? It broke on the inside. One of the plastic tabs on the inside broke. So I'm going to tear it apart real quick and show you how to fix it. I've already pulled the screws out. There's 4 little screws right over here. You have to take those screws out. Once you take the screws out, you can pull the top of it off. Okay? And then you're going to take the joystick part of it, pull it out. And I tried to super glue it. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 little tabs here. And this one here broke right here. See how it's broken right there? And I tried to super glue it, and it held up for a couple more levels of Pac-Man, and then broke again, so the super glue isn't strong enough to hold it. So I'm going to show you how to repair this thing real quick. What I have here is a couple spare parts from a doorknob. They're left over from a doorknob that I had purchased. A couple doorknobs. Whenever I replace a doorknob, I save the spare parts. These are little inserts. I don't know what they're for. They just, you know, probably this thing here goes in place of the striker plate. Whenever I install a doorknob, I just put the striker plate on, and I never use this. I don't know what it's for. I just have it in my box, just laying around. And so I got 2 of them here because I'm thinking about doing 4 pieces for this thing. And what I did was these little inserts here have a hole in them right there. And this isn't aluminum, this is metal. And so what I did was I cut this little section out right here. See how I cut the little section out? The first one I did, I cut it a little bit too short. So I decided to do it again and make a longer one. I have 2 of them just so I can show you, because on the second one it doesn't have, you know, the same notch here right there. So I did another one so this way I could show you this and what it looks like, what it looks like. So I decided to do another one, and instead of, the first one was cut too short, so the next one I took and I cut it all the way through. I cut this thing all the way out, and it already has a little hole in it, which is the perfect size for the little screw right there. And then after I cut this thing out, I cut on this side of each one of the little humps right there, little raised sections. And then after I cut it out, because of this little spot right here, I had to cut a notch out right there, so when you stick it in here like this, kind of like fits in there just right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this thing, and where it's broken right here, I'm going to unscrew the little screw right here. Take that out. I'm going to turn this thing with the raised sections towards the top of the joystick right there, and I'm going to slide it in there like that. Then I'm going to take the screws. Hang on a sec. Screw fell out of there like that. put this in. I'm going to put this underneath here like this. Take the screw. Oh, it's like I'm playing Operation here. Hang on a sec. Put this in here. Oh my gosh. Alright. I'll just hold it down with one finger. Alright, come on now. I'm going to put this... Oh, now I'm on the wrong one. Jiminy cripes. Alright. This is supposed to be a quick fix. It is. Just hang on. Where is it broke? It's broke right here. Slide this thing in there like that. Put the screw in there. Screw it down. And you want to make sure that it's tight. So we have that little piece of metal. It's about the width of my pinky fingernail. Now that that's installed, that's going to be on the other side of the tab, on the top side of the tab. So it's keeping the little broken plastic piece from flopping back and forth. Now we're going to put it back together. Let's see. This is the top right here. Little button goes there. This only goes in one way. It has a little notch right here. Stick it in there like that. It's a quick fix. I mean, you can throw the controller away or you can fix it. Put this thing back together, and then you're going to take the 4 screws, put them back in here real quick. Phillips screwdriver. Screw them down. You don't want to tighten them too tight because this is plastic and they'll strip, so you just want to make sure they're snug. So now I got my Retrolink classic USB joystick controller put back together with my little makeshift repair. Now we're going to go side to side, up and down. Good to go. And I know it works because I've already tested it and I've already played Pac-Man with it with the repair. I just took it apart and redid this so I could show you how I repaired it, and I wanted to cut this little piece right here a little bit longer because when I originally cut it out of here, I cut it too short. This thing went in here like this, or this, or whatever, anyway. And then so I cut a longer piece out, and then once you cut the piece out, right next to the hole, you got to make sure you either bend it up here a little bit or cut a little notch out right there. I used the second time around, I used a file on it just to clean it up a little bit, and I might, if another one breaks, I might just go ahead and cut this one out and cut this one out and then just use the short piece, and I might put one of these on each one of them so that I don't have to worry about it breaking again, just for extra support. But now I can use the joystick and it's repaired and good to go. And like I said, I've already tested it, I've already put it and hooked it up back to the computer and played Pac-Man with it. And instead of throwing it away, I was going to buy another one for 15 bucks, but why do that? Because if it breaks again, then I'm losing 15 bucks. And if you've got a spare you may not have one of these laying around, but you can find something. Even if you find a thin piece of metal that's about yay long, about the size of your, fingernail, and just drill a little hole in it and use that. It'll work out just fine for you. So yeah, that's a Retrolink Classic controller, USB for a computer. That's my quick fix. It shouldn't take any more than 5 minutes to do it. Got any questions, just go ahead and send me a message on YouTube, and thanks for watching. Appreciate it. All right, bye.